Welcome to today's roundtable, where we look at recent developments and recent price movements in the crypto space. And we also specifically look at the value drivers and the performance drivers of altcoins like Ether and Ether challengers, right? To discuss this, I have Yves Longchamp with me. He's head of research at SEBA Bank. Yves, thank you for joining me for this conversation.
Thank you, Stefan.
Now, yesterday we had quite a drop in cryptocurrencies. So Bitcoin and altcoins were down 20-30%, and it was a sudden drop. Can you explain what happened?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Indeed, yesterday, the 7th of September, there was a big drop in the afternoon. The day started very well, actually. Everything was fine. For example, Solana reached new all-time high. Then we also Bitcoin way above $50,000. We saw, many people check that in El Salvador, people used Bitcoin to pay. For example, we have evidence that you can buy Macdo on that. So everything was fine. And then suddenly market drops and it spread all over the place. So all currency were affected. So far, we're just one day after. We don't find any kind of clear catalyst for that, and we don't see anything in terms of on-chain activity as well. So it's very difficult to understand why it happens exactly right now.
Okay, thank you for your insight there. Now, clearly, when we look at crypto, the landscape has shifted. You know, just maybe 9 or 12 months ago, crypto was synonymous with Bitcoin, and over the last few months, altcoins have really stolen a lot of the thunder of Bitcoin. And a lot of that in conjunction with developments such as DeFi and NFTs. Can you give us a little bit more color how those new developments have influenced the altcoin space?
Yes, indeed. If we look at the last few months, the best performer were by far the altcoins, and we say specifically the smart contract platform like Ethereum, for example, or Solana, or Polkadot, or Avalanche, or this kind of smart contract platform. And I think it gives us a good idea of what is happening on the blockchain space. This kind of altcoin rally, the one we observed, we will call it altcoin rally 2.0, because we had another one last year, which was fueled by the DeFi, decentralized finance application. This was something new. And to issue this kind of token, you need smart contract, and smart contract works on this smart contract platform like Ethereum. This was the main reason. This new altcoin rally is different. DeFi didn't do very well so far. They had a poor performance so far this year. The key drivers were these NFT tokens, non-fungible token. You know, this is where you can buy some art, CryptoPunks and so on. And this is the main reason why it has worked. Because to issue an NFT, you need again a smart contract, and then if you buy this kind of platform, then you participate to that. So I think that it's quite interesting to see also that there are more applications building on the top of blockchain, and Bitcoin is very narrow. It just do Bitcoin, just do payments. Smart contracts are open to all the novelties. It can be DeFi, it can be NFT, and maybe tomorrow there will be something new also.
Thank you, Yves. So in terms of, let's look at Ether, right? Ether had a lot of benefit in terms of price performance on the back of DeFi. Now, in terms of capacity constraints, are you saying there's more competition now for Ether, and is Ether sort of losing its appeal?
Oh yes, there is more competition, and we have seen all the top 10 cryptocurrency has changed, and the new ones are mainly platform tokens, because this is where most of the innovation is taking place. And we see the success of Ethereum is huge, but it's also reached its limits. For example, if you want to mint an NFT, it will cost you a few $100s to do that. This is very expensive, and it's still quite slow. And we observe when we look at the TVL, which is total value locked on each different types of platform. Last year, let's say literally 100% of all the value lock was on Ethereum. Now we have something like, let's say 75% plus. So it means that Ethereum already lost 1/4 of the total value locked in terms of market share, and it has benefited other platform token, Binance Smart Chain, for example, but also Avalanche, Polkadot, and so on are coming because they offer something new. They offer indeed maybe some more scalability, some more interoperability.
Interesting. So in terms of altcoin benefits and drivers, it's clearly, as you pointed out, it's scalability, it's capacity, right? What other driving forces for value appreciations can you see in the altcoin space?
Obviously this is all about the usage. The more people use a specific platform, the better it is. But as you mentioned, this is all about what's come next. And I think here it's quite interesting to see Ethereum in this context, because Ethereum is the first one, or was the first smart contract. It has a long track record. It works well, good reputation. It's fine, but it's very slow. And because this is slow, this is expensive. So you need scalability. And all the new, let's say, smart contract platforms are offering better alternative in terms of scalability. You need to make a trade-off between scalability, decentralization, and security. But some other position differently, and this is why typically Solana had done so well this year, because it was fast, and then the cost of issuing or minting an NFT was not as expected. So scalability is one of the key elements that needs to materialize soon.
Very good. So going back to my initial comment that altcoins, at least some altcoins, have really stolen quite a bit of thunder from Bitcoin.
Yes.
A lot of the publicity, the headlines, and investor interest also. Do you see altcoins as a group performing better going forward vis-a-vis Bitcoin?
That's a difficult question, but I think there is more innovation on the smart contract platform. So I think they will benefit from all developments, and I think there is a bright future for all of them. And just to come back to Ethereum, I think even though it lost some part of its market share, I don't think that Ethereum is over. There is a new development happening called Ethereum 2.0, when the idea is indeed to bring scalability back on Ethereum with different type of scalability solutions. So I think that Ethereum is something, but indeed there is more competition, and I think it will benefit from the creation of new services within blockchain and between blockchain and the internet we know.
So clearly what you pointed out is that crypto, used to be just Bitcoin in the investor psychology, and now it's much, much more than that. A lot of homework needs to be done on the altcoin space, understanding the drivers. Mm-hmm. Very good. Thank you very much for joining me, Yves.
Thank you, Stefan.
Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.